guess I had a lot of trouble in school, primarily middle school and high school. It wasn't socially or anything like that. It was more along the lines of, I guess, remembering things, remembering like what I read, stuff like that. It became difficult for me to, like, say, read a paragraph and then remember what it was. I guess my mind would wander. Sometimes I experienced like seeing letters backwards. You know, when the teacher asks you if you read something and you read it twice and you still can't remember what it is, it's hard for her to believe that you actually read it. So I got to the point where in 10th, 11th grade, thought about quitting.
I had to figure out how, as a parent, I could try to be helpful. And in order for me to be helpful, of course I prayed for him and that kind of thing, but I had to think about what God expects from him. First of all, is that God expects us to do our best. Actually, some people can get A's and they're not even doing their best. Wayne could get C's and D's and be doing his best. God reminded me that's okay, as long as you're doing your best and unto the Lord. Secondly, I was reminded of the fact that God uses our abilities. One of the things about Wayne is that as he was growing up, he loved to do bikes and biking. And I noticed that his friends would always bring their bikes to him to be fixed. And he would be buying these parts and buy this part from this one and that part to that one. And he always seemed to be able to do really well. Also, growing up, I noticed that he operated equipment extremely well. And the third thing that I believe God reminded me of was that his test is not necessarily on paper. His test has to do with a character test. And whether we are full of integrity, whether we're honest, how do we treat other people? For me to be focused on the kind of tests that God gives us helped me a lot in helping Wayne to think about those kinds of tests and realizing that God gave him perhaps a different set of abilities and that God expected him to use those.
At some point you're going to have to work hard with either your brain or your hands. So I figured, well, I'm going to have to work hard with my hands because my brain ain't working right. So that's why my hands are dirty.